Hi there and welcome to Grey County Life. I'm Sarah Carmichael and sitting in for JC this week I have Rhonda Brown, of course a familiar face to many viewers because you used to host this show before JC and I took it over.
Yes, and I had Miss Mary Jane who knew everything and everybody, so I really didn't have to work very hard, which was much appreciated. Yes, and I have to say, so this morning when Mark contacted me, I was thinking, oh, and here I am, I'm coming off of a sugar rush and it's not pretty, and didn't sleep well last night. Emerson had the car out way past the curfew time.
Oh.
And but I thought, oh gosh, I can't give up the chance to sit with Sarah, so this is awesome.
Oh, well, I appreciate you coming and taking over for JC. Now, this sugar rush, due to maybe eating too many butter tarts?
Yes, and there was 2 yesterday, and I think 2 the day before that, and maybe 4 the day before that, which is, it's a slippery slope. Yeah. And I went to the Midland Butter Tart Festival on the weekend. Man, I love that place. It is so awesome. You know, they closed down the street.
Okay.
There are tents all the way down the middle of the street, and then there are side streets with more tents, and the lineups at some of these places. One of them is I think it's Doodoo's, D-O-O-D-O-O Bakery.
Yeah, I don't know how else I would say that. Dodo's Bakery?
Yeah, well, they are incredibly popular at this place. The lineup was huge. I didn't get in that lineup, and I should have, because they do really make good ones. But everybody, the flavors are unbelievable, and I'll tell you my favorite so far this year. They had, I think it's called chocolate and chip, or chip chocolate, and it's got chocolate through in the center with the regular butter tart stuff.
Yeah.
And it's good chocolate, and then potato chips across the top. It's ridiculously tasty, and that little bit of crunch.
Yeah, I'm like, because you've got the softness of like the butter tart filling, and then the sweetness of the chocolate, and then the crunch and the saltiness of the potato chip.
Yeah.
That sounds perfect.
It's a perfect marriage.
I just started
incredible.
salivating.
Yeah, I know. I have one left that's frozen in my freezer that, you know, God willing, I will show some self-restraint, but I have a feeling it's not, you know, my girlfriend gave me that advice.
Yeah.
Freeze them, and then you can't eat them right away.
I would just be eating frozen butter tarts.
I know. So,
or I'd be microwaving them.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. So it was a great weekend, though. I mean, they've got vendors of all different sorts of things, and they're friends of the library, have a book sale, and there's live entertainment, and there's people galore, and the weather was perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. Little bit of a breeze, no hot sun, because there was a bit of cloud going through the sky. So it was just, it was a great day. It was a great day.
Amazing.
I know there were a lot of locals there too. Krista was there from Wandering Gray Bruce.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
My friend Dina was there.
Yeah.
I know that she made the trip over. They go every year. It's like their tradition. And every year I tell myself I'm going to tag along because I want to experience this. I want to see this. But
you got to check this out.
I really do.
It is pretty awesome.
I'm also a butter tart enthusiast as well. So I feel like I'll be like, these are my people. Actually, I did think, because I was on the website, and I know that they do like a judging, right? There's like a panel of judges.
Yes.
And I saw that there was people from like the TV and from radio, like local, like more to Midland, right? Barrie area. But I'm like, maybe I could volunteer myself to be a butter tarts judge next year, because I really feel like that's a role that I'm prepared to take on.
And if you needed an assistant,
but I could volunteer both of us.
I think that would be spectacular.
Yeah, be like local real estate agent, TV host, Rhonda Brown as a official butter tart judge.
I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be awesome. Please do it.
That's so perfect. That's amazing. So that's something we'll do next year. So we're already planning ahead.
Yep. Good.
What else has been going on? What's your plans for the summer? Like, do you have anything coming up?
You know what? Work has been crazy, but a few camping trips, which is kind of cool. I'm taking, I have a young lady that lives at my house from China.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's doing a work contract at our local hospital in the finance department. And we are going to go camping at Algonquin. Yeah.
Has she ever camped before?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should be quite the adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And Charlie Brown, of course, will be tagging along. So
you can't not take Charlie Brown.
You have to have Charlie. You know, he's just, he's the guard dog of the campsite.
Yes.
Yeah. So that'll be a lot of fun. A few different camping trips and things like that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, just enjoying our local
sights
fauna
and sounds.
flora. Yeah, I just love it around here in the summertime. It's just, I always tell people, I mean, driving around in Owen Sound to me is a pleasure. Every hill you go down, you've got this beautiful vista of trees and hills and water, and you know, I just feel lucky to be here.
Aw, yeah, and our town does do a good job with like the floral displays, and they try to keep up with the parks and everything like that. And actually, you know, the city itself hosts a ton of different events too to get people out. I know that TD Harbor Nights is now running on Sunday nights down at the Community Waterfront Heritage Building. And I think the past few weeks they've had to move to the Harmony Center just because of the forecast.
If we could get the weather to cooperate, that would be spectacular. But I mean, you know, it's still great music.
And it's free.
Yeah.
It's free to go to these every Sunday night throughout the summer months. If you're interested, you can go to harbornights.ca to have a look at the schedule. They have it all planned out. They've also got midweek music. And actually, Paige Warner, who's going to be joining us today, she is the guest this week for midweek music, which is replacing the music at the market. So this used to be on Friday mornings. They wanted it to be a little bit more accessible to people, so they've changed it. So it's now Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. So you could pick up the kids from school, get them a little snack, bring them down, enjoy some music for free. And it's changing locations every week, which I think is really cool too. It's like musical chairs.
And accessible to everybody. If you can't get all the way downtown, no problem. You know?
Exactly. It is going to be, I think, a really busy and great feature this year, and they're running right up until the end of September with that. And then they've got the Canada Day festivities, the Waterfront Festivals coming up. They're also going to be doing outdoor movies in July and August, but they're not going to be doing it just at the market. They're going to be doing it in community, like in parks around the community, and people can like nominate their neighborhood to host one of these outdoor movies. So I think that's really neat too, and that's going to be July. I think they've got 2 in July, 2 in August, and you can always get more details about that by going to the Owen Sound Tourism Facebook page or website. And we do have a busy show to get to. So we're going to be talking to Jill Paterson from Grey Roots Museum. And we're also going to talk to Paige Warner, who's a local performer. And then, of course, Renee from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter will be in with some animals or animal looking for a forever home. So it's going to be a great show, and we hope you'll stick around on Grey County Life.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
I did it. I need it.
The hero gave it.
And I am alive.
As an organ donor, you can save up to 8 lives and enhance the lives of 75 others. Please go to our website. Pledge a gift of life. You'll be glad you did.
My husband has been going through a very hard time. And has literally said several times, I wish there was someone I could call to pray with. Today I saw a prayer number at the bottom of your YouTube video, and it hits me. I clicked this video for a reason.
Hi, I'm Tiffany James, the host of Her Story. Join us on Rogers TV as I interview various women in our community on how they found success in their own way.
Welcome back to Grey County Life. Joining us in studio to talk about the Grey Roots Museum, we've got Jill Paterson. Hi, Jill.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Oh, we're so happy you were able to make it because, well, there's a lot going on at Grey Roots to talk about. But first, let's talk about you a little bit. So you're the manager
That's right.
of Grey Roots Museum, and how long have you been in that role?
I actually started just before the pandemic really hit us in 2020, so like April 2020. And I've been living in Owen Sound for the last 3 years and just feeling so fortunate to live here. Moved up from Toronto like so many others did. But yeah, it's been a learning curve. It was a weird start for sure. But yeah, we're really getting back in gear now, and the museum's doing lots of different kinds of programs and events, and yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to have everything open again and people coming into the building to enjoy the space. And so for someone that's not familiar with the Grey Roots Museum, let's say they're from out of town and they're just coming to visit the area, what should they know about Grey Roots?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's a museum that hits above its weight for sure. Like, it's a huge facility. It has a state-of-the-art museum building that has exhibits and collections and all kinds of interactives for kids. But then we have this 20-acre heritage village called Morriston Heritage Village right next door that has 12 heritage buildings that everyone can explore that are filled with costumed interpreters that really bring the history to life. So I think you're really going to have an amazing experience, whether it's inside with the exhibits or outside with the village.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, the Morriston Village I know is definitely a highlight. As I was telling you before we sat down, my nephew and my niece, that's like their favorite part when they go to Grey Roots, is to go explore the Morriston Village. So I think that's really special to have. And I remember going to something similar to that when I was younger.
I was just thinking the
same
thing.
Right by the courthouse.
Yep, and I loved that part of it because you really, I mean, as a kid, you really felt like, wow, these people are from the old days. And, you know, they're not. We know that now, and it could be somebody my age, which, but it's really cool for kids to be able to go and step into it and see what it actually feels like to be in one of those older style homes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a testament to our volunteers who are so dedicated and so enthusiastic about the local history. A lot of the questions we get from little kids are like, do you live here? Is this your home? So I think they definitely are bringing things to life for those little ones. And the museum you're thinking of is the Grey County and Owen Sound Museum that was here since, I think, 1955. Yeah. But Grey Roots is the continuation of that facility, and it's in its 20th anniversary this year. So we're at 20 years of being at that location on County Road 18. So we're doing some special events this year, a launch for the 20th anniversary on June 28th, where we'll have free ice cream. And then...
Let me get my calendar out.
That's right. And then we're working to create kind of like a gala event in November. So a little bit extra, you know, snazzy sparkle for the event and make it a really special occasion.
Yeah, sounds like it. I mean, 20 years, that's incredible. So you would definitely want to celebrate for sure. Now, I understand coming up, we've got the Multicultural Day. And that is on the 22nd?
That's right. It's June 22nd. It's an event that was created in partnership with the Grey Bruce Settlement and Language Services at the YMCA. And they're helping us pull together a real suite of experiences. There's going to be a steel drum band. There's going to be all kinds of different music and food and presentations. We've also got a presentation from a local historian, Lillian Holding, who's talking about her latest book, which is called Alpha to Omega, the Greek community in Owen Sound. So learn a little bit about the Greek community in our area, so that should be great. But it's a pay-by-donation event, so it should be accessible to all, and it'll be a really fun event for us, for sure.
And is that happening inside the museum, or is that outside?
It's a combo, so it's happening throughout the museum and into the village as well. There'll be kind of a booth set up with different experiences and things for kids and different music and that kind of thing. So yeah, it should be great.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Another thing that Grey Roots does during the summer months is summer camps.
That's right, and I would say, yeah, we are sold out at summer camps.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
But they're so popular, and even when I first started, that was one of the things I heard from the community the most. It was like, your camp is so amazing. So we're really happy that it's back. It was gone for a few years there, but it's back and full force, and we've got some amazing summer students helping this year. And yeah, they have a great time. They do crafts and you know, building activities. They get out in the village. They visit all the houses. They go for little field trips. Like it's a really special camp for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Keeps the kids busy.
Yeah, that's right, and keeps us busy.
I was going to say, and the staff, and the staff busy. Now,
Yeah.
what other sort of summer programming does Grey Roots have going on, or is there any special exhibits that are happening right now or this summer?
Yeah, thanks for asking. There's our new traveling exhibit. So these are like the big exhibits we bring in from other institutions. Is called Inspiring Nature, and it is from the Museum of Nature and History in Sherbrooke, and it's all about how we look at nature and are inspired by how things work in nature, and then use that information to create really cool technology. So, for example, like the jet propulsions in jet skis and things like that are inspired by how squid move around in the ocean. So there's lots of different examples of that kind of inspiring connections. And there's lots of interactives and nature specimens and things to look at. So that's the cool exhibit we've got this year.
That sounds extremely cool, and kids would absolutely love that, because I mean they're watching nature and making those connections. Who knows what you're going to spark?
Exactly, and it's kind of like great for the nature lovers and great for those who are interested in technology and science as well. So
yeah. And is there other programs offered through the summer months, or is it just the day camps or the summer camps that you do?
We are doing quite a few events. We've got something really unique coming up on June 29th. We're calling it Delton Becker Day. So Delton Becker was a city councillor with Grey County. 20 years ago, he was the chair of the Heritage Task Force that brought Grey Roots into being, and he sadly passed away this year. And his family came to us and wanted to do something special, and it kind of grew and grew, and now we're having something called Delton Becker Day. So there's going to be special experiences, food, music. The village will be open by donation as well, so people can come and visit us that day. It should be really unique. We're bringing back our antique and classic car show this year, which we haven't done for a few years, so that's on August 24th.
Well, that'll be a hit. I mean, if is it the concourse out at Cobble Beach?
Oh yes, the concours d'elegance.
D'elegance.
Nice.
Yes, you got to do that.
Yes, you have to say it fancy.
D'elegance. I mean, people love the old cars. Yeah, so that's awesome to bring that back.
Yeah, there is a really strong car culture in Grey Bruce, absolutely. So I'm excited to see it. I think the last time we did it, there was something like 200 cars, so I'm excited to see how it goes this year. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. And then, of course, I'm just looking at this schedule that you gave me because there's a lot. There's a lot going on. I see that, as I said, you've got your kids' camps running July, August. There's also the Emancipation Festival. That'll be coming up on August 2nd.
Yeah, Emancipation Festival is very special. So it's in its 162nd year of consecutively coming together. And they do a whole weekend of events. Grey Roots does a speakers series with them in collaboration to do sort of some learning about the history of the Black community in this area. They do their picnic in Harrison Park on the Saturday, which is very special. Everybody should try to go. And then there's an event at Grey Roots on the Sunday called Gospel on Sunday, I believe.
Gospel in the Village.
Gospel in the Village, there you go. There's
at Grey Roots.
That's right. There's amazing performances. You can bring a lawn chair, sit out in the village, listen to some beautiful music. So it's a pretty special
Is that pays
event.
donation as well?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we're trying to find opportunities to be really accessible and make it so that there's no barriers for coming to the museum if you can get up to the location.
Right. Yeah. It's just on the Rockford bypass.
That's right.
And it's just a few minutes out of town, so it is pretty accessible, I think, to most. And it's nice that you have these events, pay what you can. Yeah. Because with times being as tough as they are for a lot of families, they don't have a lot of money for the extras, and they still want to get out with their families and get the kids learning some new things, meeting some new people, being exposed to different different cultures and celebrations and such. So that's really nice that you make it affordable for families.
That's right. Yeah, and if you come on those special days, then you might come back another time and bring family. And
what does it cost for a family? I think you've got special pricing.
Yes, we do have a family pass. I think it's about $27.50 in the summer months. and I think adults are like $9 and seniors are $6. Like it's pretty manageable.
So reasonable, yeah. And that gets you access to the different exhibits.
That's right. So that gives you access to the inside of the museum and the Heritage Village when it's open. Right now we're trying to find every opportunity we can to be open a little bit, but our full summer season in the village starts July 1st and goes to Labor Day. So then we're open 7 days a week, and there's folks out in the village to share the history with people.
Yeah, let's talk about the folks in the village.
Yeah.
So because they're amazing, as you said, like they're so believable that kids actually think that they live there.
Yeah.
Which is great. Now, where do they come from? Are they just all local volunteers that are interested in the history, or how does that work?
Yeah, so a vast majority of them are local volunteers. A lot of them are retired folks, quite a few retired teachers, which is really great for us. But we also have a huge, about 7 to 8 summer students as well. So we've got a mixture of generations. And they are, just so dedicated. They're always, bucking up on their history and researching and looking for ways to engage the public. I would put out a call here that if you're the kind of person that loves local history and you'd love to be in a beautiful location sharing that enthusiasm, then really think about volunteering at Grey Roots. We'd love to have you. So
and the kids, I mean, what a great way to get your volunteer hours.
Yeah,
I would think one summer and you're done, but you're having a great time and outside and
that's
beautiful venue.
Yeah,
and you get to wear the costumes and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
See, that to me is appealing. Like you get to play dress up.
Yeah, we'll have to have you guys up there then.
Oh, that'd be so fun. That'd be so fun. Now, speaking of the village, for those who haven't been to it, what sort of like things happen there? Is like demonstrations? And like in just sort of like presentations?
Yeah, so the way the village is set up is it's kind of like a traveling through time. So you start in an 1853 log cabin, which really represents the earliest part of settlement in this area. And then you travel to the kind of next generation, the later 1800s, to another log house where you're like a little better off, you're a little more settled. And then you move to a 1920s farmhouse. And then we also have a 1940s garage. So you can check, if you've got car enthusiasts, like this is a great place to come and see what a gas station and garage would have been like in the 1940s. And then we have a schoolhouse and a new general store that just opened last year, which people really love. We don't have any trouble getting volunteers in the general store. It's so beautiful. And then, so there's like different aspects of early settlement life that you can explore and meet those experts. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's interesting to me that the 1853 little log cabin, and here we are in 2024, and people have all gone to tiny homes. You know, we've progressed through the big, massive stuff,
true.
and now we're going back to smaller places. Isn't that neat?
Yeah, more the simple life.
Yeah.
And also, we're all interested in learning those traditional skills like canning and mending our own clothes and gardening, and so there's a lot to learn from how people managed in the past, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, museum memberships. So how does that work? Like, is it a yearly membership? Is it you sign up for 5 years? Like for those who, like myself, I'm not familiar with the program.
Thank you for asking, because I think it's such a great value for families, especially. It's $60 for a family membership, and that gives you free admission to the museum, free admission to all of our special events. So something like Morstan by Candlelight, which is our really popular Christmas event, that would be free for members.
It is spectacular.
Yeah, it's very special.
Yeah,
I think if you're looking for festive feeling around that time of the year, it's a great thing to do.
Yeah.
And what I love about it is if you're a family with small kids and you come to the museum and something's going south, like they need a nap or they need a snack, you can just go home and come back another time. Like, you haven't wasted your admission, so you can kind of be more flexible with your visits.
And we've had those moments.
Yeah, right.
Whether it was mom or the toddler that's having the meltdown, it happens.
Yes. Yeah. And I will add that we have a new space in the museum. It's a children's gallery called Zuza's Place, which is really meant to be a service to those kinds of families. If you just need a place for your toddler to, learn, do some hands-on activities, parents can relax. It's really meant to be a space for people to use. And if you're a member, it's, makes all the more sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense to have that membership, especially if you live locally you know, on say a day that's maybe a little bit of a rainy day and you're still looking for the kids to do something to get out, you could head over to Grey Roots and, you know, check out those exhibits inside, and you know, on the nicer days you could go out to the village and explore out there. So that's fantastic. And $60, that's a really reasonable price.
Yeah, so if you think of a family coming a couple times, you're going to make the value back for sure.
Yeah. 2 events and you're covered, really.
That's right.
It's amazing.
And even I was just thinking of like it'd be a nice gift to give to someone. As like a family gift, you know, if you wanted to give. I mean, that's not a super
Grandmas
pricey
and
thing.
grandpas.
Yeah, exactly. But that's awesome. So this might be a hard question.
Okay.
What is your favorite thing at the museum? Could be a specific spot of the museum. It could be an item that's at the museum. It could be a person that's there. Like, what's your favorite thing about Grey Roots?
I don't know if I can pick one thing.
That's why I said it's a hard question.
Well, I love the village. I think it's so special as it's growing and literally growing. Like as the trees are getting taller, all the animals are coming in. There's like a little family of bunnies. There's bird watching to do. It's really pretty special and kind of serene place sometimes. Then again, sometimes it's full of life and really busy, which is great. I also love when we get new traveling exhibits come in. So we change all of the paneling on the front, we get our new signage. So that's kind of like a fun new focus for the museum every year.
It's always evolving, it's always changing.
And we get to kind of shop in advance and try to find out what we're getting for next year. So I can give you like a sneak peek for next year. We've been able to secure an exhibit called Discovering Dinosaurs, which is coming from the American Natural History Museum.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be really special. And I know anecdotally, the last time we had dinosaurs at the museum, it was like our best attendance ever. So
People love dinosaurs.
Yeah, we're looking forward to having them back next year.
Wow, that's incredible. And of course, it's going to be a very busy summer with the programs that we were talking about. And if someone is interested in becoming a volunteer, whether it's in the village or, you know, within the museum itself, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, they can email or phone us. They'll put you in touch with our public relations coordinator. His name's Zach, and he'll get you all set up in our system and get you trained and introduce you to some of our colleagues and volunteers.
Is there a minimum age?
I think
probably like 13, 14 around there, probably like grade 9.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a very, very busy couple of months.
Yes.
And if anyone's interested in more details, greyroots.com. You can also check out Grey Roots on Facebook. They keep active on social media, which is great.
Yes.
And Jill, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
We really appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us, Jill, and we'll be back with Paige Warner on Grey County Life.
Here are 3 reasons why your social strategies should include Rogers TV. Reason number 1 is we have hyper-local audiences. The community TV channel gives you a chance to engage with people where you live, so you really get to know your neighbors and they get to know you. Reason number 2 is we can help diversify your distribution. With social media, it's really important to be able to have a wider audience, and Rogers TV can actually help complement your online presence by delivering to a different audience. And it's actually really easy to repurpose your existing content or to just create new material specifically tailored for community TV. And finally, reason number 3 is we can help enhance your credibility and your trust. And by aligning your brand with Rogers TV, you can tap into that trust that viewers have. This can boost your reputation, especially among viewers who favor local businesses and value community involvement. 1, 2, 3. It's that easy to build your local audience with Rogers TV.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Welcome back to Grey County Life. Joining us in studio is a local performer, Paige Warner. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. We're so happy you were able to be here because we know how busy you are.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's always fun.
It's so great every time I go on your Facebook page and your Instagram and I see like you're booking shows and I'm just like, oh, that's my girl. Like I'm so proud, so proud because you're busy and your schedule is filling up so quickly with upcoming performances. Now, I know that the summer is booking up fast for you, but if anyone was interested in booking you for an event, how would they do that? What would be the best way?
Probably just reach out to me however's easiest. You can DM me on social media or email me, paigewarnermusic@gmail.com. Also, if you just want to say hi, feel free to do that too. I always like to hear from people.
Yeah, you're like, don't be a stranger.
Yes, please.
And of course, you like when people, if they go to your shows and they take like a video and they post it up, you want them to tag you.
Yes, definitely. And I always say at shows too, like DM me after the show and say that you found me there because I'm always missing people at shows, right? There's so many people and I like to say hi to everyone if I can, so yeah.
Yeah, well, you've got a brand new song that you're just releasing. It's called Damaged Goods. So tell us a little bit about where this came from.
So this is a single off my upcoming album. I'm really excited about this one. I wrote it like a couple years ago and didn't really finish it till I started recording my album. And once it was finished, I knew this one's got to have its own moment. I want to release it before the album. So yeah, it just came from a place of, I saw growing up and now as well as an adult, I see a lot of people talking poorly about women specifically. And I didn't think that the more experiences you had or the more people you had seen really diminished your value. I thought it really added to your value. So that was kind of my message with this song, just reclaiming that term, reclaiming that feeling of your life being a mosaic rather than being a collection of experiences that diminishes you. I think it adds to you.
Wow, yeah. That's a very profound thought for sure. Something I've probably never, because you hear the term damaged goods and such, and it might be being said in jest or just as a joke, but it can be very hurtful too, and there's definitely something behind that. So you've got a video that you've released for this single, and tell us about the video. Tell us about filming it. Where did you film it? How long did it take?
Yeah, so I filmed this with a female producer from Waterloo. If you want to find her on Instagram, she's at Videos by Chelsea.
Nice.
She's really great, and we kind of collaborated on the vision of this. I knew a few things that I wanted to show in the video, one being that I didn't want any men's faces to show because I wanted it to feature mostly women in the film industry. Like, I think it's like 12% of the film industry is women, so I really wanted to kind of counterbalance that a little bit with this video. Yeah. And yeah, it just follows kind of that story. There's some fun parts because the song is fun, really. That's what I wanted to portray with it, was uplifting and fun feeling. So yeah, it took us about 2 full days when you add it up. And the talent were really gracious with me and just came and participated. The producer was really generous with me as well. She was just excited about the vision. So she spent a lot of time and effort that probably was a gift from her at that point. So yeah, so it was really fun. It felt very like professional and exciting, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Awesome. Well, I think we have it, and we're gonna actually watch it.
Great.
Perfect. So this is Damaged Goods. It's Paige Warner on Grey County Life.
Testing out these other guys. How's a girl supposed to know who's a soulmate or a true? I hear those same old words. I'm damaged goods, used parts, too many have seen my heart. So get up and walk away. Though I hear you say I'm damaged goods. Too many have Not damaged goods, used parts, too many have seen my heart. So get up and walk away. Before I hear you say I'm damaged goods, used parts, too many have seen my heart. So get up and walk away. Before I hear you say I'm damaged goods, used parts, too many have seen my heart. So get up and walk away. I won't let you say I'm damaged goods, used parts, too many have seen my heart. So get up and walk away. I won't let you say.
Wow.
That was Damaged Goods by Paige Warner. I love it. That looks like it was really fun to film.
It was.
Were you nervous?
I was a little nervous going in, but Chelsea, the producer, like really does a good job of making people comfortable. So it just turned into a hangout. Like a lot of those scenes with the girls that we were shooting, we were genuinely just talking and having fun, and she was kind of filming in the corner. So yeah, it was a blast.
Which is almost better because they want it to be candid. They want it to look natural. I was actually in a music video many years ago.
Do tell.
I know.
Cool.
I'm trying to think of the name of the band. But it was like this thing that they had a call out. It was in Toronto.
Okay.
And they just needed people to be in a bar. Right?
Nice.
I'm like, I can be in a bar.
Yeah.
You know how many bars I've been in? Like,
Yeah.
I can be in a bar.
I can do this.
Natural habitat, right? So my sister
great.
and I went down, and we just had this like dancing. Cause they had the band playing. They weren't actually playing, but like they looked like they were playing. And so we were just sort of like on the dance floor dancing. And then the director like pointed at my sister and I and was like, "Oh, you two look like you look natural together." And I was like, "Well, it's my sister. Like we know each other. We've known each other a while.
Yeah.
We're familiar." And so he like took us down, and we had to go to the we had to go be in the bathroom. You know, like when a girl goes to the bathroom, there's always like other girls in the bathroom. So the main character was a woman, and so she had to go down to the bathroom, and we had to like stand off to the side, like chit-chatting away, like, you know, just in the background. But now every time I watch it, because I've seen it on YouTube and stuff, and you'll see Kristen and my sister and I in the background, and I'm like, what were we talking about? Because I'm like animated. I'm like, because I talk with my hands, and I was doing that at that time because we were just having a conversation. I can't remember what we were talking about.
Oh,
But
we
I'm like,
need to remember.
I know.
Who the band
It's going to
is.
bug me now, but I mean, it was a pretty decent song, and it wasn't a super well-known band, but it's like, they had a hit or two, you know, and it was just sort of one of those random things that we're like, let's go do this. We were there for like 8 hours. Like we didn't get paid or anything like that. We were just there for the experience. So it's definitely better when you're actually talking because it looks more natural like it does in your video.
Well, if you find that video, please send it to me because I want to see first of all.
I know, right? Yeah, so it's going to bug me, but it was a really cool experience to be on the set because there's so much that you didn't realize going on.
The scenes. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Like you say, how many hours? A couple of days of production?
Just of the actual filming. Like the producer, Chelsea, spent like weeks working on it afterwards.
Wow.
But it was a really fun environment. Honestly, all the team leads were all women, so it was really comfortable and you didn't have that like stress at all. So yeah, like the car owner was a woman, the Mel's Diner is managed by a woman, and
I love that, bringing that old diner feel into that. And, you know, because women have struggled with this issue for a very long time.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to span a little bit of the eras. It doesn't really sit in the same time. Like that Girls' Bedroom was very like early 2000s vibe, and of course the diner and everything. So yeah, it was fun. It really was. All the sets were really exciting to be into.
I love it.
I love the message in it.
Thank you.
I love the message in it. That is something that every young woman needs to hear.
Yeah, I hope it touches people and, you know, maybe opens some eyes. That's the plan.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when it comes to your history, like, are you from this area? Like, what's sort of your background? How old were you when you got into music?
So I've been doing music since I was pretty little. Like my family was really musical growing up. And both my parents were born and raised in the Owen Sound area. They moved to Kitchener, and then we all moved back up here about 3 years ago. So I was living down in Kitchener, Waterloo area still. During COVID, and then I was so sick of living by myself. So I moved here to live with my mom and sister, like just, you know, tied the time over or whatever. And then I moved here and I was like, I'm not leaving. Why would I leave here? Yes.
Why would
It
anybody
sucks
leave
people
here?
in.
It
does.
does.
It's
The moment you're
awesome.
here, like, nowhere else is better. Why would I leave?
Yeah, we've got everything here. It's beautiful.
I agree. I totally
So
agree.
funny. Even people that leave, they always end up coming back. I left for 18 years.
Wow. There
I
you
was
go.
born and raised here, left for 18 years,
Yep.
and still somehow came back.
And I'm looking thinking, you're not old enough to have 18 years away.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I am.
Did you move when you were
my
4?
God.
Like,
I know.
I was a toddler.
okay.
It was a big move for myself. Yeah, yeah. But it's true. It brings people back because it is a really supportive community. And I know, as you've experienced, like the musical community is just wild in this town.
Yeah, I think arts in general here is so saturated, especially for the population. Like, we're not that big, but the arts feels like it's like 80% of everything.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, I love it. And of course, like, I'm doing a lot of shows up here now, which feels really comfortable. And I still kind of call Owen Sound my hometown when I leave. I know that's not accurate because I've only been here for 3 years,
You're
but
welcome to call it your home.
thank you.
That's fine.
Yeah, we'll take you. We'll take you.
I love it.
We will claim you.
Great. That's what I hoped for.
Perfect. Yeah. And I mean, you've worked with different artists in the area. I know you've done different shows with different people. And I know that coming up in August, you're going to be at Summerfolk.
Yes, I'm really excited. I played last year as well, and it was so much fun. And yeah, this year I'm back with my whole band, and I can't wait to just be there and soak in everything and meet people. And yeah, it's a really like magical experience. I can't believe we have that in our little town.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And
Yeah.
it's been going on, what is this, Summerfolk 49 coming up this year?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's wild.
It is wild, and it just keeps getting like bigger and bigger year after year. And there's more artists, there's more vendors, there's more artisans, and I know they're doing art classes this year too. I just saw that you can pre-register to take art classes at Summerfolk, like in the midst of it all. And I'm like, of all places to be creative, like that's the place to do it. So I think that's through the Georgian Bay Center for the Arts. They're going to be hosting that, which is really cool. So I have a question, and this might be a hard question. Who would you love to do a duet with?
Oh, well, I can give you a spoiler.
Okay.
My upcoming album, I do have a duet song with Marshall Veroni, who is an
Okay.
Owen Sound boy himself.
Yes.
We actually swapped places. He moved down to Kitchener when I moved up here, so we thought it would be fun to throw a duet with him. But so obviously him, I would love to do a duet with him.
Yeah.
But ooh, like a goal duet.
Anybody. Yeah, like think about anybody.
Oh my gosh, like, oh, there's so many. Maybe like Tori Kelly or Alicia Keys is my all-time favorite. So
Incredibly
I would just love to be in the same room as her. Forget the duet. I would
Breathe
just
the
love to
same
bask
air.
in her presence.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or like see her from afar. I think that would complete my life.
You're on your way.
Yeah. Well, let's hope.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, speaking of Alicia Keys, I mean, obviously she plays piano. What do you play? What instruments is in your wheelhouse?
Yeah, so I often write songs on guitar and piano. Those are my main instruments. But currently I'm doing most of my shows with a full band, so I get to just really focus on bringing the songs to people and singing, which is my favorite part for sure. But yeah, piano and guitar like definitely still exist in my life, and I still do occasional solo shows. So yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really incredible the amount of, I guess we'll say, growth even just in the last couple of years. Like, 'cause I remember I first saw you at one of the what was it? The Children's Day down at the Community Waterfront
yeah.
Center. Yeah, that was last year or the year before. But I remember it was just because you were so like it was the door. You were nervous. But I mean, I feel like that's just a natural thing, right? There's a crowd of people, but it's great to see like from that, and now you've got a music video out and you're releasing an album. So this album that's coming out in the summer.
Yeah, it's coming out in August. Yep.
And this is like, how many tracks are we talking? Like,
so there's 8 tracks on it. I kept it short and sweet. I have a really short attention span, so I wanted to serve that audience too. But yeah, it's 8 tracks, and it's just a collection of stuff I've written over the past like 5 years. Yeah. So some songs are coming out this summer, like Damaged Goods is out, and there's another track coming in July, and then the full album will be in August. And yeah, it's my debut album officially, so yeah, it really feels like a collection of stuff I've had for a while, sitting waiting to see the light of day.
I love it. Yeah.
It's like a snapshot of who you've been you know, up to this moment. So it's very, very monumental. I mean, they've got to be special songs. And you're going to, I mean, 25 years from now, we won't be hosting anymore, but
hey, you never know.
Coming back and looking back at who you were when this happened, it's really a special time.
Yeah, it does feel kind of like magical, and I'm really grateful to be able to be doing what I'm doing. A lot of people aren't able to. It's hard, and you know, I have a lot of people around me that support me, so it feels, you know, really exciting, and I get to do something I'm passionate about, which again, a lot of people aren't able to do. So I'm really grateful. But yeah, it's like there's a song on there, Empty Home, that I wrote probably about 6 years ago now. So yeah, it's a really long span of my life in this album.
Yeah.
Amazing. What are some other interests of yours? Like other than singing and songwriting and performing,
What kind of other stuff do you do?
Well, that definitely consumes most of my life. I don't really have a lot of hobbies. I get asked this sometimes, and I'm like, music. Okay, well, what do you do for career? Music. Okay, what do you do in your spare time? Music. Yeah, okay. But I do also love walking. Like, that's my mental health retreat, walking in nature, which is obviously really great to live around here. Yeah, that kind of stuff just really rejuvenates me and makes me feel alive and safe and whole. So yeah,
just being outside, and yeah, I love that. Wonderful. Well, if anyone is interested in learning more about you, about your music, what's the best way? Go to your website?
Yeah, if they want to find me on socials, if they have social media, everything is at Paige Warner Music, or my website is paigewarner.ca. And definitely DM me and tell me that you saw me on Rogers, because that's always fun to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you've taken some photos, if you've taken some videos, Paige would definitely appreciate it, because it's, you know, it's a different view, you know, than you from the stage.
Definitely.
So, and I mean, it's always great to be able to go back and watch those too. So then even, you know, for future shows, you know, like, oh, that worked or that didn't work, you know, and to kind of go through for your future performances.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Amazing. Well, that's Paige Warner. Definitely check out her new single, Damaged Goods, and check her out at one of the many shows she's going to be doing this summer. Thank you so much, Paige, for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's really fun.
Coming up next, we've got Renee from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter joining us with an adoptable animal.
Hi, I'm David Shearman, host of Politically Speaking. Join me for my next show, where my guests will be from the Blue Water District School Board. Politically Speaking on Rogers TV.
Hello, I'm Liz Dowdsville, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. In 2008, carbon monoxide, a deadly invisible gas, killed an entire family in our province. That tragedy led to a new law requiring homes with potential CO sources to have alarms. John Gignac's family members passed away that day, and he shares his story to save others.
Please make sure you have working CO alarms in your home. Protect your family today.
Hey, it's Krista McKee here of Wandering Grey Bruce. I am so excited to bring to you the 5th season of the show. We're going to meet some very exciting and interesting people. Stay tuned. This season, we are going to Chantry Island, visiting southern Grey County to explore barn quilts, and we have an exclusive interview with the Coast Guard at Tobermory. So join me on Rogers TV.
I'm Carol Merton. Please join me for HealthLink, a program connecting home, community, and healthcare. Please join me and watch HealthLink on Rogers TV.
You know I love you, Yellow Dot.
Very pretty. She has puppy breath.
Welcome back to Great County Life. Joining us now in studio is Renee from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter, and clearly she brought puppies.
I'm not as important. You guys were like, oh, puppies, bye, Renee. See you
We
later.
literally, we grabbed these out of her hands as soon as she walked into the door.
Both of them. Gone. I feel like I should have brought the others. There are 2 more. Pretend they're here. They look like this one. Here they are.
Yeah.
They are both black males. The one you're holding, Sarah, is a yellow male, and you have the last female, which is a black female. They are 9 weeks old. They've been with us about a week and a half, so 9.5 weeks maybe. They've had their vaccines, they've been dewormed, they've been defleed, they're learning to walk on a leash. It's coming. It's a work in progress. I mean, with 4, you can imagine how that's working, right? 2 and 2. It's not easy, but they're learning. They are crate trained, which is a huge bonus. They have been well socialized. They have actually come from a home where they've been well handled.
Yep.
So yay, we have some history on them, and we know that they've been loved, which is a good start. Mom was a black lab, Dad was a mystery, but I have to say this yellow lab is an oddity. There were 3 yellows in the litter. It is not a dominant gene in a lab. If a black mom has puppies, usually they're black because that's more dominant. So I'm wondering if Dad had some lab in him too, and maybe that lab was yellow because it obviously popped up.
Or a retriever or something.
Yeah, something yellow in there.
Yeah.
I mean, no promises, of course, and you're getting probably 3/4 lab or mostly lab. You're going to get a smaller version of a lab.
Yeah.
These guys are pretty much half of what a lab puppy is at this age, just to give you an idea. So I would anticipate these to be about 50-pound dogs, maybe 45 if you're lucky.
They've got the shark teeth.
They're at that stage. They're at that stage.
The Velociraptor puppy stage.
The very
She likes my jewelry.
teeth, 2 things because they're
It's a girl.
babies.
It's a girl. She likes jewelry.
She does.
Yeah, they will
look
chew
at
on
her.
everything. They want to. You need to get them some good chew toys.
Yeah,
because it's what they do at this age. And hide your Birkenstocks.
Yes.
From my personal experience.
And the underwears. And the jeans.
And the socks.
And the couch
Anything they can
cushions.
chew on.
And the
Anything.
toilet paper rolls.
Maybe your throw pillows.
All the things.
Oh my goodness.
We do strongly recommend crate training. It does make life better in saying that you don't have to, but they have been started, and we can lend you crates. It's something we don't talk about very often on the show. We have a plethora of crates, all shapes and sizes. It sometimes is beneficial to borrow one from us at this size for when they get a bit bigger, the next size for when they get a bit bigger, the next size, so that you don't have to keep buying new ones.
Yeah.
And that is something we can certainly do with you. You just promise to bring it back when you're ready to upgrade to the next level. We also can send you with some toys to put in that crate, but we don't recommend bedding, chewy things that they're going to ingest, obviously, while they're in there.
Yeah.
And we can certainly provide you with all the details on that, because you are going to chew stuff. You
Yeah.
are, God, she's cute. You should just keep her. Look
She's
at how
so
happy she
cute.
is right there on your lap.
I am so in love with this
Yeah.
little girl.
Yeah.
Can't see her very well
This
on
happens
TV.
all the
because she's
time. We fall in love with them.
Yeah.
It's okay. They
Yeah,
don't
'cause they're
Well, I'm
so
thinking her
cute.
name should be Lucy Brown.
Oh,
Okay.
Lucy
You know,
Brown.
Lucy and Charlie Brown. How
Lucy.
cute
I think you've named her, and you should just keep her.
Yep, it's a done deal.
Charlie would love her.
Yeah.
He's been waiting for a Lucy for a long time. I'm pretty sure.
He has, really.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
I'm gonna name you Sam.
Sam.
I just like the name Sam for a dog. I don't know. I no offense to people that are named Sam.
Yeah. No, it's a
But I
great
think
dog name.
it's a strong name.
I think he likes it.
Yeah.
He went, oh yeah, I could be Sam.
You could be Sam.
Now he's yours too. Ta-da! I'm
Call
going
him
home.
Sammy Sunshine. I'm gonna call you Sammy Sunshine because you're yellow.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the things. Please don't adopt these puppies if you're not going to spay neuter them. Shelters are full. We are
And beyond.
so full, and we're so these puppies have been with me a week and a half. It's not a common occurrence for puppies. We like to see them come in, go out. Adoptions are slowing down everywhere because we've used up our resources. Puppies keep coming. We like them, but we're really tired of them, and I don't want it to be so sad. But please do not adopt this puppy if you cannot afford to have it spayed and neutered. Wait for something a tiny bit older that we're going to have done, and then adopt it, so that we're not in a situation where you're calling me in 8 months with a litter of puppies.
And going, help me.
Yeah, because that's a lot of puppies to have a lot of puppies, and we're already in trouble. So don't do it.
Same with kitties.
Exactly. The cats are not as bad this year, which is the first time in my life I've ever said that.
Wow.
Not as bad this year, which means the dogs are real bad. But we're
Comes in waves.
Yeah. But we're seeing a bit of a dip in the cats. I really feel like I need to grab on some wood really quickly to say that. Thank you. I've said it. So far we're okay. It's out there. There are low-cost spay neuter options. We can certainly point you in those directions. And if you need assistance with those sort of things, there are programs we can point you in the right direction. So don't not adopt because you can't. Well, let's talk about all the options first, and then maybe we can make it happen.
Oh my goodness! And of course. A reminder that it is tick season.
It is.
So if you do have kitty cats that go outside, if you do have puppy dogs, making sure that we're properly taking care of that, because that's not something that those can be pretty nasty.
No.
Dealing with that.
They are definitely not okay. We are seeing an increase actually in ticks. We had that wonderful good weather for them all winter long that allowed them to do their things. It is actually a really bad year. So if you're not already doing the tick prevention, do it. There's definitely
And what is the
some
danger of
products.
ticks with dogs, just so people understand?
Well, Lyme disease is huge. It happens, the worst case scenario would be that your pet would get it and give it to you, which it can be fatal, right? Yeah. Bad news. It certainly can have the same sort of effects on your pet. It can cause paralysis and death. Really bad, really bad. Yeah. But again, more importantly, or equally as important, is that it poses a risk to the humans in the house, because then you've got the pet in the home as well. So not good business. Wear your long pants, wear your tall socks when you're out doing your dog walks, because it's important, and avoid that tall grass. I know it was something as a kid, my parents used to say, stay out of the grass, and it turns out they were right. Stay out of the grass.
There was a reason for that.
I never avoided it, but I wore the long pants, and I would definitely recommend you do that as well. Yeah. It's not a bad idea to invest in a tick puller. This is a strange thing to say, but people randomly call me when their pets have a tick on them because they don't know what to do, and they know it doesn't warrant a visit to the vet necessarily, and they're always in a panic. A tick puller is just a simply little key that you put on your keychain. I don't have one with me, but they'll just pull them right off. Otherwise, your next best friend is rubbing alcohol.
Okay.
Because you want to get the tick drunk first. I know that's bizarre, right? But they're
Take him out, show him a good time.
Yeah, and then pull his head off.
Out of here.
Piece of cake.
Oh my goodness.
So rubbing alcohol. Now you all know. Put it on the tick before you pull it.
Well, if you are interested in either of these puppies, Sammy Sunshine or Lucy, or the two brothers that are at the shelter, make sure you call Renee at 519-372-1123. And remember to spay and neuter your pets. And thank you so much, Renee, and thanks for joining us on Grey County Live.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Since I retired, I've been struggling with loneliness. Some days it feels like the walls are closing in. But with your